We're now at episode 33 and we're continuing our discussion of the Tui Ma, the escaping or retreating footwork. We talked last week about shuffle step. It's referred to as a shuffle step because you basically got your original stance and you're simply shuffling it across the floor, whether it's on the left side or the right side. You're keeping the shape and readjusting it. But you can't always assume that you'll be going to the same side because the opponent's attack might change angle, or you might find yourself crossed over with your hands and feet in different positions, and that will require you to move to the opposite side. In those circumstances, we use what we refer to as long step. And it's a very simple explanation why it's called a long step. Your front foot is moving longer than usual because it's already ahead of you and it has to end up behind you. If I'm in a neutral position and I Tui Ma, both feet move a more or less equal amount. If I've already got a right foot in front and I shuffle, both feet are still moving a more or less equal amount during the shuffle. But if I've got the right foot in front of me and I need to go to my right-hand side to change my balance, the right foot has to travel much further than the left foot. So as a result, it's a long step. Simple definition. It makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you too. So when might I need this? The idea that comes to mind immediately is we always want to have our hands and feet in an equal opposition to our opponent. So ideally, if he's got his right forward and I've got my right forward, I'm in a perfect position. No matter how much pressure he puts on me, I can shuffle out the way and I can keep him off balance. But sometimes it doesn't go according to plan, and you might end up with your hands and feet opposed to each other. I've got a left foot in front, but the right hand's in front. So any pressure that Juen Ma is putting on me is affecting me in this line. No point shuffling, because if I shuffle, I'm walking into the next punch. No advantage. But if I can switch to the other side, now I can face him, he can't face me. Much better for me. So that's one condition where it might happen. Another very typical one is if people throw a quick combination of two punches. First punch comes out, second punch comes out, you need to switch. You can't stay on one side. If he's very strong, standing still is going to get you hurt. But if I can quickly change from one to the other, I can mess up his structure and open him up for my counter technique. In the end, you can use this quite freely so that what we define as Tui Ma incorporates the basic action, the shuffle step, and the long step. So if Jung's coming forward, he comes in and I go from neutral to shuffle, he pushes, I can shuffle again. If he changes the line of attack, I can long step. He ends up off balance and not facing. I end up facing and perfectly in balance. And there's lots of drills you can do to help each other to develop this. You can also practice on your own. A very simple exercise we do quite regularly in class. From neutral stance, Tui Ma, shuffle step, long step, Juen Ma. Come back, repeat. Not because it's a sequence that you're going to use exactly like that. It's a means of practicing all three possibilities in unison so that you get familiar with changing your feet. So hopefully these 3 episodes that we've just completed over these last 3 weeks have given you a better understanding of Tui Ma. There's still more things in footwork to be discussed, so we'll move on to some of that next time. See you then.